Hey, what's going on, guys? This is going to be a part of a three-part video which shows you how to beat the different bosses that have just been introduced to Anime Fighting Simulator. So 1 is Gleam Eyes, 2 is going to be Akaza, and 3 is going to be Overlord. All of them being added in separate areas, Overlord being in the Chapter 2 part of the storyline, Akaza being a Dimension 5 boss, and Gleam Eyes being the new Ice Dungeon. So these are going to be for 1, 2, and 3. So the first video is going to be Gleam Eyes, the second one's going to be Akaza, and the third one's going to be Overlord. So if you guys want to see how to beat these bosses, make sure you guys check the description. I'll have them ordered, and make sure you check them out to give you the most help you can. Okay, just a quick thing before I get into these tutorials. I'm actually sick at the time of making these videos, so if you guys hear any mutes, I'm sorry about that. And my internet has been quite laggy, so I was glitching around in a few of the runs. But if you follow the tutorials, you shouldn't really have any problem. Alright, enjoy the videos. Okay, so this is part 3 of the video on how to kill Overlord boss, which is the end boss of the Chapter 2 storyline. So the first thing you need to do is head to the portal. I'm sure you guys know where it is. If you've done the storyline already, just go into the dungeon. So the things about this dungeon, which is really hard, I'm sure it's why half of you are searching up the tutorial, is because you can't really jump in this dungeon, meaning that the mobs are a lot harder to kill, because all your abilities that you're using to suspend yourself in the air can't actually go that far off the ground. So as you'll see, the things you need for this dungeon is 1, a healing champion, which is really good for this one, because it's very hard to avoid damage in this sort of dungeon. So the best one for that is Marco, which you get from the battle pass, which is towards the end, around here, tier 47 at the time of making this video. So the first things you'll need is the champion, summon them, your cloak, which I'm sure most of you have, and what I use for this is a pyrokinetic power, because you don't actually want to get near the mobs, and the C attack, this one, is really good for hitting mobs away from you and does a lot of damage. So for this dungeon, you'll also need a lot of attacks which suspend you in the air, which is these ones. If you watch on the right side, you can see the abilities that I'm using. Horrid Sun, most of the shurikens. I also have energy blast, stuff like that. So if you just watch on the right side and match the icons, you can just copy my powers and be able to do it. So enter. Okay, at the start you'll find yourself here and you'll find a bunch of mobs. So the problem is that you can't actually jump that high. Looking at this, you can't actually get very high off the ground. So the strategy you want to use is jumping off the walls. Most of the walls before you get to the actual boss area aren't, like, you can collide with them, meaning you can climb on top of them. What you need to do is gather up all the mobs. The good spots that I've found is one is around here. You can jump up high, and even being this high off the ground is very good to be able to avoid all the mobs. Okay, first area complete. Again, gather them up. This one's a bit harder because it's a longer walkway, but I found that one of the spots over here on the left, I think it was, over here, you can actually climb on top of and jump up here and get very far off the ground so the mobs can't hit you. Most of the time you can't actually aggro the ones during the start, so you'll have to go back and grab them. Okay, second area clear. Grab the third amount of mobs. Head over to the side here, climb up, jump over, and use your abilities where you can fly. Okay, this area is now cleared as well. Head up the stairs. gonna be a bunch of more mobs. This one's a bit easier. Jump up here, fly over, use your abilities. This area is now cleared as well. Cover them up, use the edges, jump up on top. As you'll see here, I'm actually on the floor, but on the actual server side, I'm not. It's just a lag glitch. See how my abilities are coming from above me. Okay, you have now arrived at the boss. So the best way to kill the boss is I use demon art. You want to come to the back area with this tree root coming off the wall. Climb up as far as you can. And when he gets close, you want to jump up and above him. I should reposition myself to show a better example. Around here. So the thing about this boss is he can actually still hit you even though you're suspended in the air. But it's a lot better to jump up in the air because you're trying to avoid the other mobs that are around you. So pretty much you want to have all the ones that will suspend you in the air but also do a lot of damage. Okay, we died. That's just one of our lives. We've actually not used any of them so far. So it's not going to be a big deal. Again, equip your boss. Run back to that same area. Climb up. When he gets close. Okay, the mobs actually killed me. Enter again. Select Marco. Run back. And jump up. Alright, he has now been defeated. This one actually gives 4 tickets, a lot of Chikara, which makes him one of the best bosses to grind in the game. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and check out the other 2 videos. I'll leave links in the description, and I'll see you in my other videos. Peace.